Good morning on this Thursday, the 11th of April 2019. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire on the day that we've had Brexit extended again, boys and girls, to October the 31st. Who in their wildest dreams would have believed that they've pushed it back to Halloween of all days? I can just see the newspapers now depicting Theresa May or whoever's in charge in some sort of witches or devil's outfit. You can see it all now. I can already see all the headlines in the paper. Let me tell you, on that October the 31st, every single newspaper will have on the front page a picture of Theresa May in some sort of witch's outfit or something like that. Remember that, it's only 6 months or so. What is it? April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, this is 6 months away, isn't it? You watch that. You remember that. When you see those pictures of Theresa May in a witch's outfit on October the 31st, on the next Brexit day, I think this is the third or fourth one now, isn't it? Then you remember I said that to you. I'm just looking at her face on some of the papers this morning. Oh, she is so tired and run down. Time to go. Theresa, time to go. I personally appreciate the fact that she's done what she thought was best. I absolutely think that. No doubt in my mind. You might not agree with it, but in her mind, she has done what she thought was best, and she's worked bloody hard. She looks absolutely knackered. Give it to someone else now, lady. Honestly, you've done your best. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just give it to someone else. You deserve to stop now. You deserve to put this behind you and move on, my love. Oh, it's terrible. I feel so sorry for her. I really do. Anyway, I hope you're well this morning. I've got a couple of videos to show you today. We have a Legoland video that I made yesterday. Not yesterday and the day before. Should have been 2 days in Legoland. I'll tell you about that. Okay? So I've got that. And also, if you've ever wondered how to make scrambled eggs, the delightful Adam the Plumber has also sent in a little video that is made himself of how he cooks scrambled eggs. So that's coming up in our little show, okay? Yesterday was the Legoland day. It should have been Tuesday as well, but that turned into a little bit of a disaster, unfortunately. Now, they had a 2-day Lego ticket. Unfortunately, they couldn't leave till later than they wanted to leave because one of their little girls, Olivia, severely disabled, she has to have a visit of a nurse, I think once or twice a day. One of those visits is at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, the nurse was late and didn't get them to them till much later. So they got there at about 11:15, the nurse. I think they left the house at about 11:15 up in Lincolnshire. But they had a very good run down here because they got down here around about 2:30, 2:45 in the afternoon. And when they got to the end of the M4 is the motorway sort of really for Legoland. You can use the M3. The M4 is probably a little bit nearer. And my nephew's wife rung me up. She said, we're about 12 minutes away now. Okay, so I was halfway through my dinner, actually. So I just finished my lunch, dinner, whatever, and jumped in the car, got there. My nephew met me in the hotel reception. The security is very, very lax there. It's very, very lax. I wouldn't trust my children. If I had children to go, I wouldn't trust them to go there alone. I'll tell you that now. Okay? No one really checked my card. And this is where it started going a bit wrong for me on the Tuesday. So my nephew's come down, okay? To get into the lift or any further than reception, you have to have a little card which is issued to you at reception, okay? So you get the card and you touch it on the door and it miraculously opens. To get in, all I had to do was ring my nephew. All right, do you want to come down and let us in? I hadn't been to the reception or checked in or anything. I have a card. I do have an annual season ticket card which runs out, I think, in June. But apart from that, I should have said, I'm going in. Okay. So my nephew's come down the door. My great niece, Evie, came running through the door, threw herself at me, as they do, children. I love that, don't you? When you haven't seen children for a while and they come and they literally throw themselves at you. So she jumped on my lap, and I got up and in, and we're in. Walked through the door. That's it. We're in. Gone upstairs. Now, admittedly, there's a lady at the exit to that part of the place, right? There's a lady there checking for cards, and she said to my nephew, "Have you got your card?" And he said to her, he said, "I'm staying in the hotel." "Oh, that's okay then." "Right, okay, fair enough." And I said, "You'll want mine." So she said, "Yes." She said, I said, "I haven't got a card, I've got annual season ticket." "Okay," so I've got my wallet out. She said, That's okay. If you've got one of those, just go in." I said, "No, I need to show you this." No, she said, "Really, honestly, just go in." She said, "I can see you're with them." Right? At which point, I could have walked in and I'd be in. I would have been in. Foolishly, I said to her, "No, I'd like to do it all properly. I'll find my card." So I've gone through my wallet. Now, I swear I put that card in my wallet on, what was this? So this was Tuesday. On Monday night, before I left for work, I found it, put it in my wallet. Okay, so I'm going through this thing. It's not in there, is it? But there is a card which is quite picturesque, shall we say, that looks like it. And I'm like, "Look, I've bought the wrong card." And at that point, then she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't let you in then." Now, remember, she'd already said to me twice that I could have gone in without even showing the card. Now, the fact that she knows I haven't got it with me, "No, I'm sorry, sir, you can't go in." Which is fair enough. Fair enough. I said, "Oh, I can't believe this." And then she said it again. "Yes, all right, my love, I'll go and get it." And then she said it a third time, and I just walked away then at that point. So I've now gone back down and going back down the stairs. I said, "I'm really sorry, Gary." I said, "Take the children indoors. You've only got about 3 hours because it closes at 6 o'clock. Only got 3 hours. Take them in there now and start showing them around and what have you." I said, "I'll give you a ring back." And Gary said to me, he said, "Well, we'll be about an hour setting up the room for Olivia because they have special equipment, bottles of oxygen and special bed and all that." Okay. So I've gone out there and I'm walking back to the car and I'm pretty peeved. Really peeved. This is my fault. Really peeved with myself. Number one, for forgetting the ticket. Number two, for not just walking through when she said I could have done. Got back to the car, jumped in the car. Okay, well, 45 minutes I'll be back again. Because it's not a long journey from my house to Windsor. I was going to say Windsor Safari Park, to Legoland. But double it up, then it becomes a long journey, okay? So it's going to be about 25 minutes back, 25 minutes there. So 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes. More like an hour at the speed that I drive. I'm not a fast driver anymore. So I've got in the car, got to the roundabout, turned right. I've gone for about a minute and the cars have stopped in front of me. I thought, "Oh no, you can't be serious." And these cars are not moving. And I know whereabouts I am on the road in relation to my house. Like I'd travelled about a minute and hit this long line of traffic. So I'm sitting there, nothing happening, sitting there, nothing happening. I thought I'll give it 10 minutes and then I'll see if I can find another route. And it just didn't move. At this point, a police car has gone hurtling past on the right-hand side of the road. I thought there's some sort of accident up the front. Obviously, there's some sort of serious accident because nothing was moving. And on my sat-nav, it was all the road come up in red now, which means it's not moving anywhere. So I thought, well, I'll do a three-point turn, which itself on that particular road is a little bit dicey because it's a narrow road and it's a 60 mile an hour and they can come hurtling down the other way at 60 mile an hour. So I'm doing my three-point turn. I thought, okay, here we go. Right, and I've gone back the other way. Sat-nav has automatically rerouted and instead of being 22 minutes, it's like 29 minutes. All right, okay, well, that's not too bad. At this point, virtually everyone else on the road has decided to do the same as me, in front of me, and done a three-point turn. So they're all going that way. And now, of course, we're stuck the other way now. Which moving, but very slowly the other way. So we followed this long, different way around, going kind of around the thing there. Eventually, I got back here and it was 10 past 4, 10 past, quarter past 4. Now, I happen to know from local experience that now it's going to be much busier going that way. This is the people that are finishing work now. It doesn't happen at 5 o'clock. It seems to happen at 4 o'clock. The roads start getting busy around here. And I thought, I'm going to get there 5:15. The park's going to be closed at 6 o'clock. I said, no point. So I rung up my nephew and I said, look, this is just ridiculous. I said, I can't get there before like 5:15 now. That's hoping that I get there at 5:15. So sorry, you got a bit of stuttering on that picture there. Hang on a minute, I might be able to fix that. 1 minute. Do that there. Do that there. Better? Okay. Sorry, I don't know why that happens sometimes. There's a couple of issues with computers I've got at the moment. That's one of them. The other one is at work, where suddenly the music starts speeding up, and I don't know why. And literally, I click one, click the other way, and it starts working again. So just bear with us. So I didn't go. And I was really, really peeved about this. 4:15, and I'd sat in traffic, and I'm a bit stressed, quite stressed out now. Got a bit of a headache, so I went to bed. Got up again about 7 o'clock or something like that. Rung my nephew to see. I rung my nephew's wife because she'd rung and left the message on the answer phone. But of course, I'd gone to sleep, or at least closed my eyes and left the phone downstairs. So that was a real disaster Tuesday. So I lost a day there. But yesterday, a different story altogether. Yesterday, we had a fantastic time. Yesterday. I've got a few sort of things against the Legoland. Some things that are not too good, but I'll read those out to you in a moment or two. The weather on Tuesday, funnily enough, was awful. It was awful. Just raining and dull and horrible. But yesterday, on the day I was able to get in, the sun came shining out. It was beautiful yesterday. It wasn't particularly warm, but we weren't cold because we were walking around and doing stuff all day long, you see. So it was a nice day. And as I say, beautiful weather yesterday. So I've got a little video. Now, some of you would have seen the video already. It's about 4.5 minutes long. It's a little thing that I did yesterday. There's not much talking on it, just a quick introduction and then just various scenes of Legoland. And we had a nice day yesterday. But there are a few things that I weren't happy with, which I'll come to in a moment. First of all, I'd just like to read out your messages, otherwise you'll be waiting too long for those. Good morning to Shania on the Isle of Wight, who gets the first message in this morning. Morning, Shania. Mark Jones is in the house, as is Gustav. Michael Pullman. Diane Jeb, hello. Gustav, you're not the first one in, mate. I don't know what made you think that. There's never, ever a prize. Gustav, if I ever get prizes to give out, you still won't get one because you keep asking. Those that ask don't get. End of. Thank you. Good morning to Mr. Ray Reynolds, who's wishing you hello, Lego lovers. Ray, I sent you a little direct message yesterday, and I typed in my mate's name up there. That bit where he says, "Are you dead?" He's actually talking to. I meant to ring you up about that. He's talking to me, not you. I thought to myself when I saw that. I thought, I bet Ray thinks he's talking to him. No, he's talking to me. So sorry about that, Ray. I apologise on my mate's behalf because I don't think he saw me tagged you in there as well, Ray. So good morning to Ray there. Hello to Marab. Morning. Grant's there. Hello, Grant. DJ at the Georgian Dragon. Georgian Dragon. Where we have the lovely Duchess. Good morning, Grant. Farid is in India. Good morning, Farid. Mike is there. Good morning, Mike in Portsmouth. Roy Brownlow, good morning to you. All right, me duck. I like that, Roy. All right, that's really old, that word, isn't it? Duck. Do you remember everyone used to go, hello, ducks, how are you? A lot of the older drag queens used to say that. Hello, ducks. Yeah. Morning to Peter Lake, where the sun is shining in his back garden. How was Legoland? And I'm about to show you a video of that, okay? Gustav, if this was Theresa May at her best, then seriously get rid of it now. Oh, shut up, Gustav. Shut up. She did the best that she could do. Why do you have to be so bloody negative about people all the time? I'm not. Never a bad word to say about anyone, me. Morning to Michael. Look at him get him off his high horse. He's got all serious there, Gustav. He doesn't get the programme, dear. I thought you would have got this show by now. It's very light-hearted, dear. Oh, dear. You're just as bad as the hard left you are. God's sake. Michael Lawrence, good morning. Bring on Nigel Farage. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Peter, have you got a new jacket on? No new jackets or no new shirts for some time, actually. All my clothes are sort of reasonably old now. I haven't bought anything new for a while. Passeribo's in the house. Good morning. Hello to Joanna. Morning, Joanna. Claire is in the house. Good morning, lovely Claire. Mike says a 3-point turn. Do they still teach people to do those? Yes, they do, I think. Although, judging by some of them, they can't do it. How anyone passes their driving tests anymore, it's like more than a 10-point turn, most of them, especially my sister. Oh my God, backwards and forwards all the time. JP's in ours. Good morning, JP. Martin Edwards, morning. Used to run a pub near Legoland a few years ago. The Stag and Hounds on St Leonard's Road in Windsor. Must say, I don't know that one. Used to love their end-of-season fireworks display. Yeah. Disappointingly, they don't have it that often, though, the fireworks at Legoland. Of course, if you go to Disney, every night. Well, at least it is in Florida. I don't think it is in Euro Disney, but you go to Florida, they have the most amazing fireworks displays every single night. Fantastic. Michael Lawrence, Chris to be PM. No, thank you, mate. Too many people hate you. Too many people hate you as PM, mate. And that's it. Alrighty, okay, well, let's show you this first video. As I say, some of you would have seen this already posted up onto my Facebook. I posted it as a standalone video. But here it is again for those of you that haven't seen it. It's about 4.5 minutes long. A little trip to Legoland yesterday. Hello, well, we're at Legoland today. This is my nephew's wife, Stacey, and the children are here as well for a day out at Legoland.
Mummy, I'm putting you.
Job. You could get a job doing this. Dancing at Legoland.
How's it getting up?
Who's going to win?
So high!
red or blue, can we go? Where's your seatbelt, Evie?
I don't have a seatbelt.
What's that like? Yeah, feel that.
Nice.
Yes, touch it. Put it on your face. Ah, you've got a flea. You've got a flea out of my head. Ah.
Yeah. She wave. Ah. Very good. Got it?
And there we are, boys and girls. That was our little day out to Legoland yesterday. That thing right at the end there, you saw those coloured cannons. There were actually buttons that you could push if you were like an observer to soak the various people that were coming down there. I neglected to go on that ride, I'm afraid. Okay, so that was our day. And more important than anything else, the children had a good day. That is the absolute most, the smiles on those children's faces is why we do these things. Absolutely. Would I go there on my own? Probably not. No, why would I go there on my own? No, it's about seeing the smiles on the children's faces. They had a fantastic time. Claire is saying, I'm really interested to know what you think of the staff in general at Legoland. Thinking of taking my disabled sister there. She is very demanding and needs a lot of understanding and attention. Okay, I feel Legoland is for children, run by children. When you walk around there, the staff seem incredibly young, really. And I do wonder what would happen if some sort of disastrous event happened there. You know, there are some older members of staff, but in general, they seem to be sort of 20, 19, 20, 21, 22, that sort of age group. A hell of a lot of those walking around, some of them who don't appear to be doing much at all, not the easiest people to talk to, and they don't seem particularly happy. A big difference there. When you go to Disney, and they're obviously told to do this, I don't think I've ever been to Disney and seen a member of staff not happy or smiling. It's probably part in their contracts. You must look happy in front of the customers at all times. Not the case in Legoland. Some of them look really blooming miserable in there. When we went into the sensory room with Olivia, the lady on the desk was very nice, and there's signs up saying, you know, you must be quiet in here. This is for, you know, people with sensory issues. And we went in there and it was all very nice and all very quiet, as you just saw on the video. If you needed help with things, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. My nephew and his wife, they had two nurses come from down this end, okay, who came to the hotel to set up oxygen bottles and things like that. I didn't realise my great niece Olivia actually gets through 2 of those oxygen bottles in a day. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert or a doctor or anything like that, so I don't know if that's a lot or isn't it. I thought like 1 oxygen bottle lasted a week or something like that. No, not at all. They got through 1 of those while we were just walking around in the in the Legoland resort itself. So I do wonder if you had a problem there. I think I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. If I would ring them up and see what extra services they could provide for you there. I really do. All right. So apart from the members of staff being incredibly young, we found that there were several rides that weren't open. Whether it was because it didn't seem incredibly busy there, to be honest. The most we queued up was for 1 hour, about 50 minutes, 1 hour for a particular ride. And apart from that, that was it. And then my nephew's wife got this QBot thing, which allows you to jump queues. I said to her, how much was that? And she said, oh, you don't want to know. Oh, is that camera's gone again? Isn't that funny? I don't know why that's doing that. She said, oh, you don't want to know. So I don't know how much this thing cost, but it was like a little computer gadget. And you selected your ride that you were standing in front of, pushed a button, and then within 2 minutes, you're told to get on it. Okay? Rather than queuing for an hour. She got one of those if you want to jump queues. But it's all money again, isn't it? Now, to stay there for 2 nights, I have to tell you, it costs an arm and a leg to stay there. It really does, in the hotel. Of course, you can go in for the day. You could stay at a different hotel just down the road, probably for a quarter of the price, I would imagine. But they wanted to stay there, so that's it. If it's that expensive, don't you think they would throw in an evening meal or a queue jump ticket or something like that? It's very much take, I find, with a lot of things these days, don't you? Similar to me getting on a British Airways business class flight. You know, you'd think you'd pay all that money and then this and this would be included. When you get on that plane and you're sitting there, you've paid all that money, or you want Wi-Fi on the plane, oh, that's just another £12. What do you mean another £12 for that? Did you want to choose the seat more than 24 hours before you fly? Yeah, that's another £30. I just paid all that money. When you pay a large sum of money for something, you would expect to have everything included. Okay, they got the breakfast. They didn't get the evening meal, though. For 2 children, because Olivia doesn't eat food. She got a tube in her stomach. So there's 2 children, 2 adults, for an evening meal was 68 quid. And it was just a buffet. Wasn't anything special. It was okay. Nothing wrong with the food. But it was chips, burgers, some sort of pasta, some roast meat, some roast potatoes, a few vegetables, that sort of thing. Basic. £68. When you throw that in with it was about £450 a night there. That's how much it was. It's a lot of money, isn't it? But there you go. That's how it is. So some of the rides not open. And I think the worst queue we had was to buy 2 ice creams. We joined this queue. This is towards the end of the day, myself and my nephew. And there were 3 members of staff in this little ice cream place. One was doing donuts. One was on the till. And the other was asking the one on the till what she wants next. And she's like, 2 ice creams, please. It moved incredibly slow, this queue. And you know how it is when you're in a queue. After you stood there for 20 minutes, you think, well, I've stood here for 20 minutes now. It can't be much quicker. We must have queued for an ice cream for 45 or 50 minutes. Ridiculous. Of course, we would never have queued that long had we have known it was going to be like an hour to buy a bloody ice cream, which is gone within 4 minutes. Lovely ice creams, big ice creams as well, quite large, like a cone, like a cone and that, and they built it right up like that. Or I had a tub, which was, again, the tub was like that. I mean, it was a big ice cream. But for God's sake, man, 45 minutes to an hour to buy an ice cream. I don't know what they were doing. They took so long to do that. So that was the longest queue we had, really, waiting for the ice cream. They were the bad points, really. The lack of security in there. It seems to be run by children. I'm sorry, no disrespect. If you're 20, 22 years old and you're watching this show, I'm sorry, you are still a child and you shouldn't be running places like that. Okay? You haven't got reason in your head yet. It comes when you're much older, over 40. There should have been some older members of... Well, there were a couple of older members of staff, but not many. Not many at all. So it's run by children. The queue for the ice cream was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And some of the rides weren't open. The other thing was, the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. My favourite part of the whole holiday, as it was last time and the time before, is the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. And we went in there. Again, reasonably priced, I suppose. I think it was about £12.95. Reasonably priced if you eat your quota. Okay? And at your all-you-can-eat pizza buffet, believe me, I eat my quota. I felt ill after coming out of there. Lovely pizzas, and garlic bread and Coke. But they've taken away the ice cream machine. I couldn't believe it. Are you ready for this? What they replaced it with? Shelves of satsumas and apples. Where's the bloody ice cream gone, dear? Well, I had to say something. I said to there was a delightful girl on the till, and I recognised her from last time. She's beautiful, she is. Long dreadlocks she's got round there. And I said, do you know, this is my favourite part of being here, the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Anyway, so we've had that. And then we've looked for the ice cream. Where's the machines gone? Replaced by 2 shelves of satsumas and apples. So I thought, oh, someone's been on one of those elf things. They've had obviously someone in there from the government or social services who said, oh, you shouldn't be giving children all that ice cream. Huh? Sod the children. What about the adults, mate? I used to go back 5 times for ice cream. It's all gone. And it was Mr. Whippy. Apparently, it was nothing to do with that. The machines simply kept breaking down. And they were a nightmare, so the governor took them out in the end. We got no ice cream at the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet and ice cream, which is now all-you-can-eat just pizza buffet. Shocking. That's why we had to queue up again later on for another ice cream. No ice cream at Legoland. In the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet with ice cream, but without the ice cream now. Shocking. So they were the bad points, okay? But the good points outweigh the bad points easily. I mean, they really do. The nicest touch of the whole day came right at the very end, where great-nephew Harry, great-niece Evie were on, like, these racing cars. They're like, and driving them. Literally, they're electric. Okay, so they're driving these racing cars are on this course, and they're all little children, 3, 4, 5 years old, driving their own cars, and they go very, very slowly. But you could see the look on the faces, how they enjoyed. They think driving a big car, don't they? Your little boy driving this car. Wow, I'm driving now. Look at me, I'm driving now. So they're going around there, and my nephew's watching them by the fence. I've sat down with my nephew's wife and Olivia, and we're just sitting there, kind of minding our own business. And this member of staff came over, and he said, "Are you having a good time?" Yes. He clearly had some sort of disability himself, because he was walking, in an unusual way, and kind of couldn't talk as I talk to you. Couldn't talk in the same way. There was difficulty, I think, he had with his speech. And he said, "I can see what you have to do in your lives." And he gave us this gold badge. And I said, "Oh, thanks very much." He gave it to my nephew's wife. "What's that for?" "This will give you another day in Legoland for nothing." It just came up. Perhaps the members of staff are asked to look out for things that, might be a little bit different to everyone else. And he just came up and gave us, and I welled up a bit, as I am doing now, because that's such a nice thing to do. This bloke just coming over with this gold badge and giving it to my niece, my niece-in-law. There you go. Have a free day. How nice is that? I'm really impressed by that, and that really made the whole day at the end of it. That and the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet, but not so good without the ice cream. Isn't that lovely? So that's a nice thing to do. After that, we went back to the hotel room. I fell asleep on the bed because I missed my afternoon sleep, of course. At this point, I'm really tired, and I'm still feeling stuffed. And they'd say, "Oh, you must come down to dinner." I don't want any dinner, but I did. And we woke up, went down to the dinner, and that was all right. I was talking to this really old bloke in there who was working there. I said, "Are you retired?" He said, "Yeah, I just do this for a bit of fun now." I said, "I bet you like getting told by millennials what to do." He said, "No, I don't have any of it, mate." He said, "I tell them." He said, "I'll give you an example." And this is where it's run by kids. People who tick boxes all the time. Don't understand really what's going on as long as that box on that piece of paper is ticked. I've done this. I've done that. Apparently he was walking through with some spoons. They'd run out of spoons. And this millennial sort of bloke, where you going? You can't take those spoons in there. And he said to him, well, what am I supposed to do with what they supposed to eat their ice cream with? Fingers? And just carried on walking straight past them. Bloody idiots. Bloody idiots who just understand how to stick to rules all the time. Why don't you just shut up and go away? Leave it to someone who knows what they're doing. This bloke was 77 years old working there. He'd got bored in retirement, so started taking on a few part-time jobs. He goes on holiday for 2 months of the year. Marvellous. Dirt cheap. I've told you about that before. A lot of pensioners can go away to places like Benidorm or further afield like that for 2 months for like 500 quid because there's no one else there and they like to keep the hotels ticking over, you know. They won't make much money out of them, but 500 quid for someone paying an hotel for, I don't know, month or two, whatever it is, rather than nothing, what would you do? Take the £500, dear. That's what he does. Not a bad life, is it? 77 years old. I said, you're doing the right thing. I said, the worst thing you can do is retire and fall into an armchair. That's it. That's a killer. That is a killer. My dad, unfortunately, did that. And within, I think, about 5 years after we retired, I lost him. You've got to keep doing something. Doesn't matter how old you are, you must keep going. Some of my older friends, for example, Ray Reynolds, who's often with us for the show here. You know, he's 72. He goes out 3-4 times a week to various venues, either playing his ukulele or just doing something. You've got to do something. Gardening, something like that, you see. Fantastic. Right, some more messages here. Good morning to Maureen. The Monday karaoke is working now. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that happens sometimes, as you well know, Maureen. And she says, sorry to miss your YouTube live chat show. It never came on YouTube until later. Is that right? What, the live one? The live one on, when was that? The live one on Monday? Because I wasn't here yesterday, was I? I wasn't here yesterday. I wasn't here on Wednesday, was I? No. But I was there Tuesday. Oh, that's strange. Everyone else was there, Maureen. Oh, well, doesn't matter. You're there now. That's all that matters. Morning, Maureen. Simon says, love watching the wedding story yesterday. Tuesday. Mr. Chop Chop, my pal, married his wife for richer, for poorer, and in sickness and in health. He lost the toss on both of them. Thank you, Simon. Always one for the jokes. Okay, back to some of your messages, and I've got another video to show you. One moment, please. Let's just go back a little bit there. Where are we now? I think you're talking to each other. There was Adrian. Adrian, was you there? I think about Adrian. Morning to Adrian. Morning, Adrian. Yasser. Good morning to Yasser. There's Chris. Hello, young Dukey Chris. He's got another half now in Swansea, in the Wales, going out with the Welsh boy from the Valley. Good morning, Chris. Claire went to Bockett's Farm Park near Leatherhead last week. The staff there were too young, but they took all my sister's stuff in their stride and were great. Yes, it just depends on the staff. Just depends. You know, I would prefer to have a few more older people there knowing what they're doing, to be honest. Michael, if the rides are not open, they should give you a refund. No, they just come out with, it's routine maintenance or something like that. John says most of the staff are fully trained. It's the law. Yeah, but they don't have reason at that age, John, do they? Incidentally, John's got his own YouTube channel. Have you seen that? I think if you scroll up a bit, he's put a little link there for someone. Okay. Michael, me and my mum to get into Thorpe Park cost me £100 for 2 people. Isn't it a lot of money? It just seems a lot of money. Are these places getting greedier and greedier? Sure they are. Shania, if I am still a child, why can't I be charged child prices? Yes, exactly, Shania. I think you should set up a Facebook group. Child prices for children. Childs. Some people, like, there's some things that you do, and if you're over, like, 10, then you are considered an adult. Honestly, some stuff like that. Paul and Lou are there. Good morning, Paul and Lou. Claire, a lot of places are geared up to cope with disabled adults too, but Legoland is very much a children's place. I wonder if they'd be okay with her problems. I think you'd need to ring them first, to be honest, Claire. Give him a bell first, all right? Good morning to George Ramsey. There's George. He's in Benidorm. George works in Benidorm. An excellent karaoke singer and an all-round nice person. Good morning, George. From sunny Benidorm. Ice cream machines are a nightmare to upkeep. Yeah, and they're those machines, you know, the Mr. Whippy ones. The last time I was there was about 9 months ago. That was with my niece and her family, and it seemed to be a constant battle they had pouring this stuff into the top of the machine. They just seemed not to be able to keep up with the demand. You know, I suppose in an ice cream van or something like that, you've just got one bloke pulling that thing round and, you know, okay, thank you very much. So he's got time to do it. But these two ice cream machines at Legoland, when they were in there, they had queues of people, so it was constantly being used. And the staff were having to run around with this. It was like milk, but not milk, some sort of special ice cream mix, which they simply cut the top off and poured it in. So I did think at the time, blimey, those machines are having to work hard. Perhaps that's what done it. They kept breaking down. But they are there's nothing better than a Mr. Whippy ice cream, is there? It's better than that hard stuff, you know, and scoop out with that thing. Theresa May needs to retire to the graveyard. I don't wish anyone dead, to be honest, Roy. I think that's a little bit harsh, Roy. But she does need to take it a bit easier. She's done everything she can, and that's it. I think it's time for her to give it to someone else and take a bit of put her feet up. Adrian, you're my YouTube time like late evening notification, am I? Late evening now. Good morning to Ian Days. Morning to you there. Don't worry about being late, Ian. You're not usually late, Ian. It's Paul and Lou that disappoint me. Very, very disappointed. Just a minute. Let me put my teaching glasses on. Very, very disappointed with Paul and Lou. They used to be so there all the time. Now they barely manage to catch the last 30 seconds of the show. Mike, when I retire in about 3 years' time, I fancy maybe setting up a little studio and doing broadcasts. In fact, want to ask you a few technical questions, so we'll message you later. Yeah, do that as a private message, Mike, and I'll send those. I'll share what I know with you, okay? Roy did ice cream van. Oh, did you really? I didn't know that, Roy. It takes a minute to freeze ice cream, and rubber seal costs £75 to replace. Is that something you had to do very often then? Replace the rubber seal on there. I don't know how it all works. I'd love one of those. They're like £5,000, those ice cream machines, the Mr. Whippy ones. That's so nice, though. So nice. Paul and Luke, Julian Assange has been arrested. Has he really? Christ. Oh, that place must stink. He ain't been out there for years. It must stink in there. How awful. How awful. Right. Can I give you another little video now? If you've ever wondered how to make scrambled eggs, Adam the plumber has sent in a little video of him doing this. Have a watch of this.
Hi everybody, and welcome along to this little short video on scrambled eggs. Today I will be making scrambled eggs with a wrap with ham in it. So it's a ham and egg scrambled wrap. So the basic ingredients you will need is obviously your wrap. Here we go. Now for friends on Slimming World, let's see if we can calculate how many sins is going to be in this. So you've got your wrap, you have salt and pepper. My magic ingredient that I like to use, and people think, oh, that's different, is, if you can see that, mixed herbs. A little splash of milk. In this one I'm going to be using 3 eggs, and I've got the ham, which is, in this case is, now which make is this? This is Aldi's own make, so there we go, that's their honey cured ham. I'll show you the little traffic light system down the bottom there, if you can see that. Yep, just about right. Okay, so let's get cracking. So a lot of people make their scrambled eggs on the stove. I don't. I make mine in the microwave. So obviously you got your bowl. So let's get cracking, as they say. No pun intended. So whack the eggs in. Now there is a little hack here. If you happen to break a bit of shell when you're doing this, as I've just done, then all you do is get a piece of your broken shell and literally scoop it straight back out, and it works immediately. So that's that. I literally put just a little tiny splashette of milk, and I mean literally. Bit of pepper, bit of salt, move that across it a bit more, and of course the mixed herbs. Now, that should be about right. You can flavour it to how you want. Fork, and literally, the bit that people always get wrong is give it a good whisking. There we go. Now, I'll pop that in the microwave. Now this is the important bit, guys. You must do it 1 minute at a time only. It's literally just 1 minute at a time. Can't do any more than that because it'll literally turn to a messy muck. So while that's doing, we'll do our cleaning bit. And because I haven't got video editing, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I can't do that bit. So I'll just have to do it this way. But anyway, here we go. Give the little surface a wipe. Put all our bits away while we're waiting for that to cook. Now, as I say, there are many different ways of doing scrambled eggs. This is the quick and easy way of doing it. Obviously, if you want a quick snack, for those of us on Slimming World, it's a nice, quick, easy breakfast snack. You could add a little bit of cheese to it if you wanted to, so, you know, part of your healthy extra, and things like that. If you want to, it's entirely up to yourself. But I've got 9 seconds to go, so let's see how it's coming out after this one. Right, wait for this to beep. Here we go. Now, this is after 1 minute. As you can see, now I've got to be careful. Now, you can it's still quite solidified. Let's see if I can turn that around a bit. There we go. So now, the important thing again is to break it up and beat it again. We do like a good beating. Right, okay, there we go. And pop that back in for another minute. Oops. Slamming door. Now I always like to wash my fork off in between cooking because it's obviously raw egg with cooked egg, which is not the greatest thing apparently. I don't know, I'm just guessing. So that's that. And now if anybody's got any ideas of other things they'd like me to try and cook that they find difficult, give me a try. I'm going to try this as a new thing, maybe doing little cooking things, and also doing Slimming World cooking meals, because, you know, I enjoy my Slimming World. I have lost 5 stone since joining Slimming World, so I'm quite pleased with that achievement. I did put a little bit back on, yes, admittedly, but, you know, it'll soon come off again. Right, we're coming up to the next minute now, so we'll see what it looks like now. Now, it depends on your temperature of your microwave, how long it takes to cook things. On here I've got a 900 watt microwave, so it's quite a powerful one. And we've got 2 seconds to go. Let's see what happens. Right. Just wait for that to go down. Now, that is ready. Now, if I just break it up a bit, I will show you. I might actually have even done a bit too much here. Let's break that up a bit. Now, there we go, and there we have our lovely, beautiful scrambled egg. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to go and enjoy my wrap. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Hope it's not been too long for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
There we are, Adam and his scrambled eggs. It's all round to Adam's for breakfast as well. I like scrambled eggs, that's how I usually have mine. I'm not a fan of... I've got the wrong mouse here. I'm playing with the wrong mouse. I'm not a fan of poached eggs. Fried eggs I quite like, but you've got to turn them over. Oh, I can't bear snotty eggs when they haven't been cooked properly. And you see that mucus across the top of the yellow. No, dear. No, but scrambled eggs are my favourite as well. So thank you very much for Adam for sending in that there. Thank you to Michael says, a cooking show. What a treat. 2 fantastic videos. See, we don't do things by halves here, dear. It's unbelievable that we've only got 12 people watching sometimes, isn't it? There we are. Claire, thanks, Maureen, who also finds that Monday's karaoke video is now up and running again. You'll probably find, Maureen and Claire, that there's a video on there, okay, one of the singers, where the audio cuts out. Because what YouTube does sometimes is finds which is the offended song or songs, okay? And then removes the audio from it, so it might go dead, or you might get some sort of other audio in there. If you find what that one is and what happens at that point, I'd be really interested to know that. So if you're watching that video and suddenly the sound cuts out, I would scroll to the end of that song and then it probably comes on again. And just tell me what the song was, would you? If you can find that out for us, all right? I haven't really got time to sit there. And I never sit down and, believe it or not, I don't sit down and watch my own videos, ever. No, thank you. Do my head in, that would. How can anyone sit there watching this rubbish? I don't know. Morning to Sarah Lou Lace. Morning, Sarah, who says, Adam says literally a lot. Yeah, same as me. Same as me. A couple of times, Sarah, actually. People have said to me, you don't half go on. I said, what do you mean? And they say, you talk a lot. And I'm like, well, it's a talk show. What do you want me to do? Sit here in silence and just look? Some people are very strange and mysterious. That's what they are. Roy says he's getting free advertising on his shirt product placement. Oh, I didn't notice that, Roy. Didn't notice that. Michael says, well done, Adam the plumber. Thank you very much. He's not with us this morning, is he, Adam? Mike says, Adam's got very good hand action there, whisking those eggs. Sarah makes hers the same way. I do prefer them on the stove, but can never be asked to get the pan out and stand there stirring. Me neither. Sarah, I do mine in a microwave. Just don't do them too long or they go a bit rubbery. Just, you know, just a little 10 seconds here, stir them 10 seconds and they come out lovely in the microwave. Very fluffy. Fluffy. We like fluffy. Adrian, you should tell me you were doing a food show. I was showing you how to do tandoori fish as I'm preparing it now. Sounds absolutely vile, Adrian. I'm not a fish fan at all. Oh, no. Often when you get on the plane, they offer you like swordfish and all that sort of thing. Just give us a piece of cheese, please. I'll have bread and cheese, but don't you want swordfish done in this sort? No, I don't want it, dear. Pasta with tomato sauce, that'll do me. Oh, we've only got that in economy. We'll send some up here then. Bloody poncy food. I'm not a fan of poncy food. One little story for you here today, boys and girls, and then we'll do today's birthdays. And then my mate's coming around. We've got to go into town. This is Mum in the Daily Mirror this morning. Mum slammed for throwing 7-year-old daughter a diabetes birthday party. It says, a woman has come under fire for her catering choices for her 7-year-old daughter's recent birthday party. It says, as a parent, you're going to want to celebrate your child's birthday each year with a bang. After all, it's a pretty memorable day out for you and your child. Some will throw their little ones parties, others will shower them with gifts, while some spend quality time together. One mum tried really hard to make sure her daughter's 7th birthday party was a really fun experience for all invited. But she's come under fire from fellow parents for her choice of food at the event. Oh, those poor little snowflakey mummies. In a post in the Hell's Kitchen Facebook group, the mum from New Zealand shared a photograph of the spread she'd laid out for her child's friends and family. It featured a range of fast food items, including 6 KFC buckets, 10 pizzas, 20 McDonald's cheeseburgers, and 20 cans of fizzy drinks, as well as sweets and chocolate. Alongside the photo, she wrote, my girl's 7th birthday party, Kentucky chicken, cheeseburgers, Thai food and pizza. She then added it was not a healthy diet. Despite her acknowledgement that the food wasn't great for the kids, other parents still felt the need to troll over her photo. Oh, you sad people. One man branded it a diabetes birthday. Another joked, happy birthday, we got you a heart attack. A third added, seriously, New Zealand has a massive obesity problem and this is not helping. No 7-year-old needs food like this. You know what I say? Don't go to the party then, you miserable bastards. Do you actually really think that this child eats this stuff all the time? No, it was her birthday. And the same thing sometimes at Central Station, it might be someone's birthday. Depending who it is, I go out and buy a cake and we all sit there and eat cake and get fat because it's someone's birthday. I don't eat cake every day of the week, unfortunately. I would love to eat cake every day of the week. Angel cake is a particularly favourite of mine. I love well-made birthday cakes. Well-made birthday cakes. And they can be really expensive ones or ones from Aldi. Aldi do a delicious birthday cake. And it's about £4. That's all it is. And it's lovely. I would love to eat that every day. But I don't. And I don't suppose for one moment this little girl does either. Sad, sad people who feel the need to comment. But not everyone was against the mum's food party, the story goes on, with some defending her choices. Some of you need to chill, wrote a fellow parent. I mean, it's one day. Not every single day of their entire lives. Another user commented, might have to do this for my birthday. All that food looks good. So what is wrong with having a little bit of a treat now and again, eh? I've been doing the treats a little bit too much. I will admit to that. Last night was a disaster if you was on a diet. My God, the pizza I had yesterday afternoon. But you know, some people try and they say, oh yeah, but I was walking around all day. Don't make any difference, mate. Don't eat all that pizza. You can have a birthday party with whatever. As far as I'm concerned, you can have a birthday party with whatever you damn well want. Go and get drunk. Go and have an entire birthday cake. Sandwiches, cheese, the lot. But the next day, go back to normal. And I'm sure everything will be fine. All right. Let's just scroll back there. One moment, please. Claire. I can only take a certain amount of karaoke playback too. It's a lot more fun when you're actually there. You are right, Claire. There are a couple of people who religiously watch karaoke streams from the beginning to the end and enjoy it very much. Only a few, just a handful of people, but it's worth doing. You know, I have always said, you know, if you can entertain just one person with what you're doing, then it's worth doing it. It really is. Sarah, did you enjoy my song for you on Instagram? I haven't seen that, Sarah. Did you? How did you send that to me? Let me have a look. And when did you send it? Just a second. Let me have a little on my Instagram thing. Is it on? Do I click the heart thing? I'm not very good on Instagram. Roof. What's I don't know. I can't see anything from you there, my darling. Where did you put that? Liz. Oh no, that's. Oh no, I've gone. I can't see it. Can't see it, darling. Sorry. Can't see that, so I don't know where you've put it, my love, but I can't see that, I'm afraid. Oh, what's this here? Llamas. Look, llamas. Someone's posted this. Shall we have a quick watch of this? Llamas. Llamas. What do they do? Aren't they funny, llamas? Look, on Instagram, this is. Aren't animals funny? Sorry, Sarah, I can't find that, darling. I don't know where you've put it, my love. Adrian says, it's my birthday Friday. What type of cake are you getting me, Chris? You can have some as well. Is it your birthday on Friday, or are you just lying to me there, Adrian, in the hope of getting a free cake? That's what it is. Roy just read interesting facts. The ocean contains more dead bodies than all the graveyards in the world, including missing murder victims, so you can swim around the dead and decaying. How awful. Mike says a little of what you want. Fancy does you good, as my mum used to say. Well, she was absolutely right. Thank you. Alrighty, let's do, we'll do yesterday's and today's birthdays, as we weren't here yesterday, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Thursday, the 11th of April 2019, to Mr. Matt Phillips. Good morning, Matt, who's 29 years old today. Good morning, Matt. Hope you're well there. Long time no see. And hello to your little girl as well. Right, Matt, happy birthday. Mike Sings today is 28 years old today. Happy birthday, Mike. Ian Rayner. Morning, Ian. Morning, Ian. 57 years old today. Good morning, Ian. Simon Gilman, 27 years old today. Good morning, Simon. Marco Peruzzo is 33 today. Sarah Pearson, 48 today. John McCain, Hello, John, 45 today. Good morning, John. Mark Finch, 33 years old today. Scott Miles. He's got a lovely job he has. I think it's at the O2 or one of those type of venues. And he gets to see all the shows. He's got a great job, and I worked with him. He was one of the assistant managers at Central Station a couple of years ago now. Such a nice bloke. Such a nice chap, he really is. Good morning to Scott, 25 today. And Matt Cullen. Good morning, Matt Cullen is 27 years old today on this Thursday. I'll do Wednesday's birthdays as well, as I say, because we weren't here yesterday. So happy birthday on Wednesday, the 10th of April, to Mr. Paul Knight. Good morning, Paul. Another one of our karaoke singers. Haven't seen you for a while, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Paul Knight, happy birthday. Christina Ewing in Portsmouth. One of our dedicated viewers. Good morning, Christina. Happy birthday. Martina McGarry, who I worked with at British Telecom in Wimbledon. And we had a bit of a scream there, didn't we, Martina? What the most boring job in the world. Directory inquiries. We hated it. But I have to say, British Telecom look after their staff. And no, it was just the job was boring. I managed to get through it and move on to becoming an engineer, though. Some people, what did you used to do before you was a DJ? I was an engineer, telephone engineer. That's what I did. And enjoyed it as well. Once I become a telephone engineer, I had my little yellow van going out to people's houses. I loved it. I loved that job. I really did, Martina. Happy birthday, 55 today. Happy birthday, darling. Okay, Greg Bramwell. Good morning, Greg. Happy birthday to you. Can Mac is 57 today. Arthur Habariuk. Hababiruk. I hope I've got that right. Hababiruk is 24 years old today. Happy birthday, Arthur. Cagsy Thomas, good morning and happy birthday to you. Noah is 42 today. Drew Christie, happy birthday to you. And John Hughes as well. So quite a lot of birthdays there, boys and girls. Hope you either had a nice birthday yesterday or indeed you have one today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. There we are. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Alan Russell is on his way down to London until Tuesday. Are you coming along to the karaoke on Friday as well? It's coming along Monday. Adrian used to be a gynecologist. Well, go away and shove your hand up someone else then. Leave it out of me, thank you very much. That's it for the show today. Thank you very much for joining me, boys and girls. You have a lovely Thursday. The sun's out. It's been a bit cold out there, but my mate's coming round in 10 minutes and we're going into town. Now, I'm going into town to do something and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. How funny is that? I don't know what even I'm going into town for, but it'd be nice to have a ride in his little electric Mini. See you soon. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.